So I have shared so much on the martyrdom of Charlie Kirk over the past week or so, as so many of you have, and shared posts, Instagram posts, X posts, etc. I had been reluctant to actually get on camera and speak on it, only because there were so many voices. There were already so many voices, giving their reflection on the situation. I thought, what does the world need? One more voice. But I felt really compelled today, in light of a few things that happened, just to share some things that have been on my mind. A lot of prayer, a lot of deep thought on what happened. And number one, I have to say, my heart goes out to the Kirk family, to his lovely wife, Erica, to his children, his parents, and all the people closest to him, the people that his life touched the most. Just completely broken for this family and for everything that happened. My prayers, we've been praying for the Kirk family every day. My family and I, we will continue to do so. The address that Erica gave last night, Charlie's wife, was just one of the bravest, most courageous things I've ever seen, to be able to give a speech like that, an address like that, after only a few days of your husband dying in such a tragic murder. It's just insane. But the exponential growth that's going to take place in Turning Point USA, young people that are going to give their heart and life to Jesus Christ through that. I can tell you the amount of husbands and wives, me and my wife included, that are going to step it up starting today because of what Erica said is astronomical. I know that to be true. So, watching the reactions, watching the demonic laughter and mocking of a man's death because they disagreed with his opinions. They disagreed with his, the way that he looked at life, his worldview. Because he had opinions that did not align with theirs, that opposed their opinions, they murdered a person. And not only that, but the reaction to that is absolutely demonic. But because the contrast is so great, I think that what they've done is, just like you would take diamonds and put them on a black cloth in order to illuminate the beauty of those precious stones, the comments and the things are so dark. There's so much darkness that it just makes the light of the gospel, the light that was in Charlie, the light of Jesus Christ, shine that much brighter. I think so many will come to Christ through that. And, I thought today, I went to go and see a professional, a legal expert on getting my criminal record expunged from so many years ago. I'm talking 15 years ago or so, I gave my heart and my life to Jesus Christ. He saved me from a life of childhood abuse and the repercussions of it, from years of drug dealing, criminal activity, heroin addiction. And he brought me out of that pit and set me up on a solid ground. And he's given me a life, and he's given me a wife and children and purpose. So many different things that the Lord has blessed me with. And so, I went to go today to see about getting my criminal record expunged. And the man looked up my history. He looked up my cases and all the different things. And he said, Armand, I submitted everything. It should go smoothly. It's a pretty straightforward case. And he said, you should hear back in a number of different months or whatever it is. But he said something that really struck me, and I thought about the gospel, and that's why I was compelled to share this message, is that because this is what Charlie would want beyond anything else, is that people would come to Christ. I think Erica said, make sure heaven is crowded, was, I think, the way that she articulated that. But he said to me, if all goes well, everything you have in your criminal record will be completely expunged, will be completely erased. When they look up your record, if it's for a volunteer thing you're doing, or if it's for whatever it is, they will look and they will not see that criminal activity. It'll be completely gone. If you put your trust and faith in Jesus Christ, if you repent of your sin, every sin that you've ever committed, everything you've ever done will be expunged and erased, and all that will remain is the promise of eternity with Christ in heaven for eternity. Where are you today? Everything that's happened, gospel is front and center. Decisions are being made all over the place. We're all going to have our own personal September 10th, whenever that is. Could be a bullet, could be a car accident, could be a number of different things. Whatever it is, we're going to breathe our last breath. And when we do, where are we going? Will we be, as Charlie is now, with Christ in heaven for eternity? His body has been broken and is dead, but his soul is alive forever with Christ in paradise. Will we be there? Have you given your heart and your life to Jesus Christ? Are you still living in sin? Do you need forgiveness of sins? Do you need God to pick you up out of a pit and put you on a solid ground? Doesn't have to be drug addiction. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Doesn't have to be street life. None of that stuff. Could be anything. Have you given your heart and your life to Jesus Christ? Where are you going when you die? I think if Charlie left behind anything, he left behind a legacy of boldness for Jesus, of unwavering faith, of love for his country, and he left behind a legacy for an entire generation to answer the question, who is Jesus to you? Where are you going when you die? And so I pray for each and every one of you, for your families. I'll continue to pray for Charlie Kirk. I pray for our country now. I ask that the Lord would bless this country, that he would wake us up, that he would show us this contrast, continue to show us the contrast between dark and light, heaven and hell, life and death. And I pray that each one of us would make a decision. God bless you guys. Have a good day.